Or you want to clap?
I can clap.
Yeah, clap.
Just give me the...
Just make it clap for me.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We're back
All right.
again.
Yeah.
Mofos with a long podcast, now in 4K.
Yeah.
Ultra high definition.
So what's this, episode 4?
Episode 4.
Okay.
We have a guest with us today. Want to introduce yourself?
Hi, Carlos Caamaño. I'm going to be talking about the Lighthouse with these guys.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this is a movie we had in mind. Just gonna be me and Armando until I brought it up to Carlos, and he had such a strong reaction. I was like, you know what, just save it for a podcast, man. and that's how we got Carlos on here. So, so the Lighthouse, came out 2019, I believe.
Yes.
Starring,
I believe you're right.
Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
mm-hmm. Our future Batman.
Yeah, future Batman. Then our old, what's it called, Green Lantern.
Was he really?
Yeah, I'm not Green Lantern. My bad. Green Goblin. Yeah.
I was like, when did that happen, bro?
Yeah. In the Snyder cut. But so how do we start this off? So first impressions when the movie first started. Like, what do you guys think the movie was going to be about? Or
I liked the whole, like, the 3x4.
Okay.
Or 4x3, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the terminology. The square.
Yeah.
The square, I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of, like, different.
Okay.
And then also, like, the black and white.
Mm-hmm.
They really did a really good job trying to, like, make it look like a... like a classic film.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That look. I really dig that.
Okay.
How
about you, Carlos? What do you think about?
Well, I guess I had different feelings about the black and white.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess, it's, when people are trying to, like, push their film as, like, it's like, this is going to be art.
Oh,
it's
I see.
going to be black and white.
Yeah.
That's kind of my feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were trying to do something there with the black and white, but I don't. For me, it didn't have the impact I think that it was, that they meant to have.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I didn't mind it. It was just like you said, that's something like a lot of art directors they do to try to show like, oh, this is gonna be different from what you usually see, But and the 4x3, I know I complained about it in the Justice League Snyder Cut, but in this one it actually kind of fits. I forgot about the whole bars at the side. Maybe not even halfway, maybe like 10 minutes into the movie.
I think as far as, like, the gimmicks go with, like, the artistic style, like, I just kind of let it go because it's A24. They're kind of, like, already...
like indie type.
Yeah, they're very much like a studio. Like, we're going to do something artsy, and, like, some of them work, and then some of them just don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't like I thought it was okay, the lobster.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
That was
the Lobster.
okay.
Yeah.
But
that's another one that had kind of like an artsy.
Yeah, well, that was A24.
Okay.
Hereditary was another A24.
Oh, yeah.
And then Midsommar, but I actually really liked Midsommar.
That could be one of our future episodes.
So they've got, like, artsy thing to it already.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, some of the directors are going to do some off-the-wall shit that just doesn't work, and then some of them are going to do something that, like, kind of clicks.
Mm-hmm. So with the beginning, how did it go into again? So Robert Pattinson, like, goes onto the island.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're introduced to both of the characters. So what do you guys think about their acting? Or, backstory or anything, like... accent-wise, I thought Willem Dafoe's accent was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
In the movie, I thought he did a good job there.
Pattinson's came in and came out.
Yeah,
I think a whole lot.
Yeah.
It was, like, really strong in some parts, and then, like, it was non-existent in other parts.
Yeah, I, to the point I was wondering, like... Also, I try not to look up any explanations after the movie because I wanted to go with like my own thoughts. But I saw somebody saying like it might have been done on purpose. I guess we'll go more into that as the more his characters gets revealed. I guess he starts losing more and more of his accent. But at first, I didn't know that. When I saw it, I thought the same thing. Like, yeah, this is kind of shoddy every once in a while.
Because the only other idea I had about it of like why it was like so different at different points was like maybe it was like he was trying to cover. You know what we learn later, like that he's not the person he says he is.
Yeah,
you know, he was trying to cover that, and then so it comes out more when he's like excitable or anything like that. His original accent comes out more. But I don't know if that was like giving too much credit, maybe. Yeah, also at the same time, like, but it is a thought that crossed my mind.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same thing for me. Then, what would you guys like even describe this movie as? Like you could go. What?
Oh, just very slow burn.
Slow burn.
Yeah.
You said
I don't know. It's
thriller.
like I'd say maybe like a psychological thriller.
Okay.
I had a hard time throughout the entire movie, kind of discerning what was real and what wasn't. Because you seem to have two characters who are unstable.
Yeah.
And it seems that, like, most of what we view is through Robert Pattinson's character.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, his perspective on everything. So then when Willem Dafoe's character comes and says something that contradicts everything that we've just seen, we're like, is Willem Dafoe crazy, or did this really not happen the way that we just saw this perspective of? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a little difficult for me, but I think it like added to the story overall, if that makes sense. I don't know.
I found that extremely annoying.
Oh yeah,
very annoying because it was. I mean, because if you look at it at the point of like, oh, this guy is just crazy from the beginning, like Pattinson's just crazy from the beginning, then you can't trust anything he says.
Yeah, it's like.
But then it's also but then that it lessens those parts where it looks like Defoe's lying.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Those parts made it is what I found the most interesting. It's like, okay, so why is he contradicting the story he just told?
Yeah.
Or like, why is he lying about? You know, why is he like so fixated on keeping the light to himself to where he won't do the shifts or whatever?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, lying about these other things and like, and then when that whole scene where he says that he didn't clean the floor or whatever. Like it was like directly the day after Pattinson had seen him in the Lighthouse. So like to me, it was like he was doing that because he wanted to tire him out enough to where he wouldn't wake up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So he would just sleep through it and he could do whatever the hell he wanted in the Lighthouse.
That's true.
That's kind of my thought on it. So like just putting that Pattinson was crazy all from the beginning and none of that, he just messed everything up. Kind of like makes those things invalid and not, you know, like
about that.
Interesting, you know, like then it's just like nothing.
Yeah,
and then that
kind of like pointless.
Kind of makes me angry, like you know, like pointless.
Yeah.
It's like, so why did we just go through this?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right.
I didn't even think about that, like trying to make him sleep through the night so it doesn't see him going to the.
That's the idea I had. Because like it was just directly after, and he's always just like watching him, and like seeing what he's doing and stuff. So like, because I mean, it didn't look bad.
Yeah,
like, you look at it, you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You know, it just seemed like he wanted to give him extra work, so he tires him out.
Yeah. Going to the Lighthouse thing, that what was he? Actually, going back to my first impression of it, YouTube kind of set me off because they had it categorized as science fiction. So I was always expecting some sci-fi elements to come in. So when he goes in there, you see like the tentacles and stuff. Like, okay, this must be the sci-fi elements they're talking about. But yeah, throughout the whole movie, I kept waiting for more sci-fi shit to happen. I never did.
Right.
But I wasn't mad. I was just like, why would you categorize this as sci-fi if it's not? But with Willem Dafoe's character, he was I don't know, like you guys were saying, I don't know if he's the sane one or is Robert Pattinson the one that's crazy. And because most of like Pattinson's outburst, he always had kind of like a calm reaction to it. Except when they talked about his cooking. Yeah, which was a very funny scene. And that's when he freaked out. But yeah, it just, as the movie kept going on, it just kind of seemed like it was more about, like you guys said, like more psychological, like maybe like just going crazy. And he's trying to seeing how Pattinson's character, what's his first, the name he gives that first?
Ephraim Wilson.
Okay, yeah. You see him kind of like, I guess the more he reveals him by himself, the more crazier he gets.
Why'd you spill your beer?
Hey, I like that scene. But is there any themes that you guys noticed with this movie? Maybe like,
I don't. It was definitely intentional, but I don't know like how far they try to carry it. If you notice, like they don't, like once he kills that seagull is when like everything starts taking a turn for the worse. And so like he had even told him like beforehand, like don't kill the seagull, and he went and did it. I'm like, you just broke rule number one, bro. Like,
because that's when the wind changed.
Yeah.
And everything.
Which was okay. Like the whole long drag out to like go up the whole freaking lighthouse. Oh, see that little thing just turn once. I mean, like, I get it. Like, you're trying to draw out some stuff, but then sometimes it's just way too long.
Oh,
like,
okay,
it's
I see.
That could have gone straight there and just been like, ooh, and then be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's not that big a thing to where you would be like, you would need the long drag out. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, okay, the wind's changed. Cool.
Yeah.
Which he explains in the next scene. So it's like, it kind of even makes that other scene pointless.
I think
when they just like the long drag out. Like,
I think they did it on purpose to try to see if there's a connotation between him killing that seagull and to the wind change. I think that's why they did it, like a cause and effect thing. And I think they just did it slow to like build up like horror and.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but it's
like to me at least.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It does not.
But it's like after that happens, that's when, like you said, the tone of the movie starts. It switches and it starts going more. There's more tension, I guess, and their relationship is kind of weird because they seem like friends, then they seem like bitter enemies. They almost become like lovers. You know, it's like it's bouncing between those three throughout the whole movie. And
but they're friends when they're drunk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they're friends when they're drunk. When they're sober, they're bitter enemies.
Yeah.
And then when they're drunk enough, Defoe tries to put the moves on.
Yeah.
He talks about him a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're so pretty. Like,
Yeah.
He's been enamored by his beauty since the first time.
Yeah, like he kept talking about Pattinson's looks. Like, he compares it to like a woman and stuff like that. So I was always wondering, like,
lot.
Does he find him attractive? Or?
I mean, and for the kiss scene, he went in.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to get that kiss. And then he was like, no.
Yeah.
And then the shingle part, when he was like, told him to go to the shingles or whatever, like, cause like, you know, like he's home to the bed or whatever, it's like, he's showing off, or is he just like doing whatever he's doing right now? Cause he knows he's gonna be up there.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Then from, I guess they started introducing some weird elements, like with the mermaid. Yeah, what do you guys think about that whole thing?
Okay, the look of the mermaid, bro. Oh yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, the look of the mermaid was like the whole like the very like how do I put it? The very obvious vagina.
Oh yeah.
That was strange. Well, like
that's like vulva with a capital V.
Yeah.
Like, it was like.
Well, I guess even before that, the first time we see her is like when he like thinks he sees a body.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so he goes to swim over to it, and then so we see like the first glimpse we see of her is just kind of like your typical mermaid type of looking person.
Yeah.
I guess.
As he molests her, like pretty much. Like like through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like cause for me it's like, does he think she's dead and then he's doing this, or is it like just in the maddening moments of it? Or I don't understand.
To me, I think it seemed like a hallucination in my interpretation.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was just so sexually deprived. He's just like this, you know, this is what I got right here. I mean, I don't have Pornhub back then, so it's like you just have to use your imagination.
So glad for the internet. Because especially his masturbation scene in the shed.
Oh yeah.
With, seeing the dead guy and then the mermaid and then the thing. Yeah. It's ooh, that's not a good mix.
Yeah, it's a bad imagery.
For sure.
Bro, what I want to know is when Willem Dafoe witnessed that to write it in the book.
Oh, yeah.
And you see that he's been picking on him the whole time.
Yeah.
See, that leads to my thing. He was obsessed with him.
Yeah. And even to the point, this might be jumping to the ending, but I don't know if it's, real or hallucination when Patterson is trying to leave the rock, and he's like, you can't leave me, then he breaks the boat.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he lies to him and says that he broke the boat.
Yeah,
later. So it's like, what?
Is it lying or I don't? That's the thing. I don't know whether it's lying or Patterson's character. By that time, he reveals to him, so he spilled his beans and revealed that he's Thomas. Is it like him going crazy or I don't know at that point? Because isn't that after? That's after he spilled his beans and he had that weird vision of him going to the lighthouse where he grabs himself. Yeah, then Defoe's character grabs him and it's like a light shining. And he's naked. Yeah, I wonder what was that about, man?
That I have no idea. There's a lot of symbolism in the movie, but at the same time it's very hard to understand what the metaphor is
looking for,
because I'm just
I believe they definitely want to touch on alcoholism for because they're drinking a lot and stuff, even to the point that the rations just turn out to be alcohol, and they didn't seem really freaked out about not having food. They just kept drinking to the point that they made their own concoction at the ending. Yeah, so it's
which could not have been good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that helped with the whole situation that they were in.
No.
Then the other symbolism, I think they're trying to symbolize. I don't maybe identity, because at least to me, it seems like it wasn't until maybe 2 weeks has passed until they revealed their names to each other, and the first name that Patterson gave Defoe's character was a false name, and I'm wondering why, and I wonder if that's tied to the vision he keeps having of that guy.
Oh yeah, because that's the dead guy.
Yeah, okay,
that's that guy's name.
Okay, that's that
for
guy's
sure.
Name.
Yeah, that was his foreman or whatever.
Okay,
that he just let die.
Let die. So do you think he killed him or he just kind of let him die?
I mean, if you're to the point where you're admitting that this guy just died, in front of you or whatever, and that's why you ran and stuff, I think the semantics of whether you did it or he fell, it's kind of close.
Yeah.
So
did he say he wanted to kill him too?
He said he did want to. Yeah. The whole time he wanted to smash his head in.
Yeah.
So to be but I didn't. He just slipped, and then I was like, man.
Yeah.
And left.
Well, it seems like that's still haunting him, he's guilty about that stuff.
But I don't know. The way that he said it too was are you trying to convince yourself that you didn't do it?
Oh, okay.
Because he's
that's a good point.
He's I didn't do it. I did not.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, but did you?
Yeah. And I find that scene strange too because he's telling Defoe's character, Thomas, but when he's done with the story, Thomas wasn't there.
Yeah, and then you hear the echoing through the house.
Yeah. Why did you spill your beans?
Yeah, so it's what was that about? There's a lot of strange things about this movie. What was that about? That I really like that scene. The slow. I don't know if you like this, Carlos, because you complained about the lighthouse already. But I really like how they slowly just kind of move through the hallway into the lighthouse and. Yeah, I really like that shot. It just showed sense of dread, and I expected some crazy shit to happen. Nothing really happened, but
that's my point. It's the draw is fine.
Yeah,
if it's leading to something, but if it's leading to something switching over or just some random stuff, I don't know. It's just there's not a payoff in what we
I see what you mean.
And I think because a lot of the movie, especially with like the music, it's like always like this dreadful, like strong music, and then it'll crescendo, and then he just goes up up some ladders to the house, or it crescendos and he's just like cleaning something.
Okay.
And and it's like
I see
you're trying to build this all up, and it's like, but
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah. He's just cleaning. Like what?
Yeah.
like I understand showing it for making him work, but like why are you pushing the music like this?
I guess
like that's a big part for me. It's like like the sounds and the music of it. It's like it's telling you something's coming.
Yeah.
But nothing comes.
I think they're just trying to build a sense of dread, and to me, it seems like almost an ode to the old like 1970s type horror films where it's more atmospheric than a lot. I know, but it's more atmospheric than anything.
Which it totally could be.
Yeah,
I just don't like those kind of movies.
I know. But what else happens after that? So yeah, it starts getting more crazy post that, right? And
well, to kind of touch on like the music crescendo and stuff like that. The way I interpreted it, once I understood the movie to be like, okay, like one of these two men is not mentally stable, possibly both of them, and you see like a lot of the string building around like the time that like Robert Pattinson is like going through something, and I kind of took it as like an audio cue that like
he's going through like
there's how do you explain it? There's like a bees buzzing in your head type thing going on when you're like under like mental stress. You know what I'm saying? Like we've all kind of been there, right? There's that like feeling in your head that you can't like really explain, where it's just kind of like like there's too much pressure in a situation, and it like creates this weird feeling, and I think that's what they were trying to mimic with the audio, was that kind of like
that feeling. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Although I will say there were some moments where that theory doesn't quite work.
I mean, that's the thing with this movie. It's just a bunch of theories, really.
Yeah,
you know. Nobody really has like.
And it's a lot better than it just doing it for no reason.
Yeah,
you know? Like, I might latch onto that, so I'm not so angry about it.
But yeah, towards the end it starts getting more. I mean, I guess it picks up. The pace picks up of him trying to like escape the whole rock after the flood and after the argument that they had. But did you guys think there was something really going on in that lighthouse, or was it just because one, Defoe's character was super fixated on the lighthouse,
and he was naked like every time he was in there, right? I mean, like, what was that about?
Wasn't he masturbating there too once?
He had to be, because like who else?
Yeah,
I guess. Like I don't know. Which was like,
I don't know if that was semen or
I hope it wasn't, because that was like way too gooey.
Oh yeah, or like octopus juice or something like that. You know?
Like at that point, it looked like he was like getting sucked off by an octopus.
Yes, like I thought he was visited by the Kraken.
Oh yeah, that
make him the good.
Yeah,
and that's why he's always up there.
Kraken's head game.
But I mean, he does because he does mention like when they talk about the assistant. Like that he thought it was that Saint Elmo had put his own fire in there or whatever. Which is like sailors like worship like the Saint Elmo's fire or whatever, like in history or whatever. So I don't know if it's like he's like praying to it or like maybe in a way. I don't. Or
attracted to it.
Enough. Like, because I mean, he calls it his wife.
Yeah.
At some point, so that's the best wife he's ever had.
Yeah. Or maybe he's been on that island for so long he lost his mind and starts viewing that,
100%.
Yeah, as his wife. But yeah, so I guess they have the final fight, and he starts beating him up, but he starts like shape shifting into different stuff. So first he shape shifts into the real Winslow. Then he shapeshifts into the mermaid. Then into like some weird creature with tentacles.
Which I think is the one he like talked about before. He talked about Triton.
Like,
Triton. With his like.
I think.
How did he describe it? Like his tentacles and stuff. Yeah, or something like that. And then like when he was like cursing him out for like an hour, like about how much he wanted him to die because he didn't like his lobster.
Yeah,
like, damn, dude. Like,
hard. I love that scene with the thunder strike and everything. I like after
every bit of you is gonna be unknown. No one will know you. Not even the sea will know you. It's like
all because of cooking. And I like after all the scene, it's just like, all right. I like your cooking.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Do you
I really
not
like
want
that
to see
scene.
me like ripped apart speck by speck?
Apparently, I think that the octopus form that he takes supposed to be not Prometheus. What's Poseidon's son? I didn't know that until I read about it afterwards. I just saw a guy with tentacles and shit. So,
which maybe is Triton. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, because that is the person he mentions earlier. Like, that's the only reason I thought it might be him.
Yeah. So then he beats him up. Then he walks him out like a dog to go bury him alive.
Which I thought Defoe's character liked it way too much.
Oh, yeah. See, that goes back
I think he was into it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That goes back into a whole sexual thing. Like,
for real.
Lovers,
like, I was like, I think he kind of likes this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So
especially when he started like barking.
Yeah,
and
it started barking.
like,
Yeah. It was very strange. Do you have any thoughts about all that stuff?
I think the whole movie is like just riddled with like sexual tension.
Oh yeah,
between the two, and like I don't know, because like at some parts it seems like Robert Pattinson's character is like kind of like maybe. Because I think Willem Dafoe's like DTF like the whole movie.
There. Like, say the word.
Yeah.
Get it down.
Yeah, didn't it say something about like they were talking about, having relationships with women, and Willem Dafoe's character said something, and Robert Pattinson's character said like, "Are you embarrassed laying with a woman?"
Shamed.
Oh yeah, you shamed?
He's like, yeah, are you ashamed when you lie with a woman?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not ashamed of anything.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like maybe a hint.
Maybe
of that whole stuff.
Maybe.
But,
I mean, that was a time when you couldn't really be out. Wasn't safe to be. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that was like a subtle way of kind of putting it out there. Well, actually, it's really hard to pinpoint what time period this is too.
Yeah,
yes.
dude. When they said like back in '75, for some reason I thought like, no, this is I'm talking about 1975. There's no way. This has to be the 1800s or something, But I don't. Yeah, like you said, I don't know what time period this would take place in. But yeah, going back to that whole getting buried alive thing, he curses him again.
And then he's eating the dirt stuff. I'm like, God dang. He like chews it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, and try to spit it out. No, he's like chewing it and still talking. And like the whole thing the part I loved is like when he's like, man, you don't freaking shut up. He never shuts up. Like even when he's getting buried alive, he's still like trying to talk. So he's like eating mud just so he can talk some more.
Just monologuing.
It's like, shut the
it made me actually think about how did they film that scene, because like you see the sand. I was like, is he eating chocolate? Dirt? It can't be. Yeah, like how did they film that? Right? But I also find it strange. He just because he said like, you're killing me, but then he starts beating him up. Then he just randomly dies. I was like, so what did he die from?
Right?
Yeah, just randomly dies. Then
but was he just faking it the whole time?
Yeah,
because he comes after him later. Yeah.
So yeah, what does Pattinson grabs the key, right, to go to the lighthouse. Then he goes back into the house. Then all of a sudden, Defoe's character just comes out of nowhere and hits him with the axe. But the weird thing is like, it's if you look at a quick shot, Defoe's character looks normal. Like, he doesn't look like he was beaten up. So, I wonder, like, did he imagine beating up Defoe's character, or what happened there?
Or did he imagine him coming back?
Oh, yeah. One of the two. I don't know.
Right. Did he kill him and then try to pretend like he didn't?
Yeah, maybe.
In a way.
Or maybe, like, goes back to the beginning of how he's, like, talks about, wanting to kill that guy, but the guy died in front of him.
Right.
Maybe that's him, like you said, he's trying to convince himself.
He's trying to convince himself.
Yeah, maybe that's him like telling himself like,
I
didn't kill this guy,
Right.
Or I had to kill him in self-defense,
right,
type shit.
Right.
Or is that Defoe's character seem like, oh, this guy's unhinged, you know? I gotta kill this dude.
And the weird thing too is like once he hits him with the axe, he just kind of stands there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's time. Time happens. Like he could take the axe back and like hit him again if he wanted to.
Yeah.
There was time enough for that. Because he like goes and looks for like the thing or whatever, then he goes grabs it, and then Defoe's just kind of standing there, and then he hits him.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of time in that to be like
for him to like take it and try again.
Right. So like it makes it seem like maybe it wasn't real.
Yeah.
It didn't really happen. Because like who hits somebody with an axe and then it's like.
It's just so casual, yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah,
like, I hit somebody with an axe. I'm gonna like finish it.
Yeah, you were so casual. Also, Pattinson's character was so casual about it too. Like you just got hit with an axe.
Yeah,
and she's like, all right, I guess I'll kill you now.
Let me get this.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. So yeah, then do you have any thoughts about that?
No, just because like it's not so clear in my memory right now.
Okay.
So I don't really have like anything I could say. Like I'd be trying to pull from like a memory that's like maybe like a year.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Because I didn't get to that part this time around when I was watching it. But yeah, no, I do remember like the burying scene, and then so like there seems to be a theme of like. It just kind of letting you decide what's real and what's not, which can work sometimes, but I think it kind of works against the movie. Because as much freedom as they give you to kind of decide what is actually happening, like it would be nice to kind of like get a push and like, okay, but like maybe think of it more in like these terms,
right? Right, or have a few concrete points,
like,
just a little bit that we know is reality, So then we can like. Go from there.
Yeah.
Just like an anchor point.
Yeah,
like, there's no anchor point. You're just like floating.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is this real? Is this? I don't know. What was that? Who's that? What the thing? Okay, what? All right.
And then like when you think in the moments of dialogue where you think you're going to get some clarity on something, then like Willem Dafoe's like, well, you might just be crazy. That might just be made up. Like, And I was like, no, don't confuse this even more, bro. Like, you're supposed to be providing us some fucking, like, something to stand on.
Yeah. Like, well, you guys brought this up earlier. Like, after he breaks the boat and he's talking about Willem Dafoe's character was the one who broke the boat, then immediately, without hesitation, Willem Dafoe just says, like, you broke the boat, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Right.
With no hesitation at all. So I was just so confused. Like, so who broke the boat, But I mean, obviously they did that on purpose to, I guess, just have me questioning the whole thing. But yeah, after he kills, I guess finally legit. I don't even know if it's legit. He kills one of Defoe's character. He climbs up to the lighthouse, up to the into like the light. So before he climbs up there to see the light, what did you guys expect to see?
Something.
Yeah.
They don't even show you anything.
Yeah.
Okay. And sorry to interject here, but like, why the heck was he crawling up the thing? Because number one, what happened to his legs?
I think
like nothing. Like, so why isn't he walking up there?
It's because
that's my question.
The pain of the axe.
No.
Okay.
The pain from an axe wound, I do not think would make your legs not work.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand that because like it didn't even seem to affect him in the moment.
Yeah, that's
he's not even like. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Like, he's not holding it or anything. He's just holding the keys and being like, I'm crawling up the stairs for no reason. Like, I could totally walk.
Yeah.
But let me crawl up the stairs. This is awesome.
They did it on WWE all the time. If you guys watch the ladder matches, I mean, in the beginning of the match, they climb up real fast. By the ending, they're crawling and shit. Like, okay, man. Like, it wasn't that real a couple minutes ago. But yeah, I thought it was him, like, maybe reacting to the whole axe shit.
Maybe. It seemed like maybe it was like a director's note. And then, like, they just forgot to, like, find a way to tie it in.
Oh, yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Why? 'Cause I'm like, there's no reason. Like, And then, I mean, like, because if it hurts so bad that your legs don't work, like, wouldn't you, like, wrap it up or something? Like, you know, like, maybe put something on it? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I just think, you know, I'm like, why are you crawling? Like, this makes no sense. Like,
so I'm guessing you guys were disappointed when it opened up and it's just the lights and he's just yelling and he saw the lights. So yeah, so how do you guys react to him just seeing the lights?
like I was expecting something, man. Like, at least for him to have like whatever same delusion he had with like Willem Dafoe was up there, like the octopus thing or whatever. Yeah. Or maybe even like the mermaid or something. I don't know, man, but it was
just the lights.
It was just the lights.
Yeah. I mean, I had a thought of it that would because they talk about it before and they call it like, you know, he said it was like the cleansing fires or whatever. So like maybe he's looking into this and it's showing him his truth. You know, because he's so trying to run from everything. Yeah. All the truth of himself or whatever. Yeah. So he sees it and it's like too horrible and he's like screaming or whatever. Maybe. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm like, it's a thought that entered my head. I was like, is that giving it a little too much? No. Maybe. Because, you know, it might just be him just screaming because there's nothing to be there.
No, I think you're fine because I think this movie creates opportunities for you to create your own interpretation. That's what it seems like it's going for, and that's yours. It makes sense, you know. It makes sense. Then to me, when I saw, I was like, oh, I was slightly disappointed. I was like, oh man, it's just the lights. Then he starts yelling. I was like, man, this guy's really crazy, you know. Then he falls down and he doesn't die. Then it just cuts to him getting eaten by those seagulls, and I guess that's supposed to be kind of like a tie into that whole Greek mythology thing, right? Of like, was it Prometheus?
Prometheus.
Yeah,
100%. And with like the fire, I guess.
Yeah, with the fire and everything, and that I like that image. I mean, that image is the one that stuck to me a lot. It's like, because that image is so vastly different from everything we've seen, really. I mean, besides like the mermaid, and it's like, so is that how it goes? You know, is that did he really die like that, or you know, what's that supposed to mean? Then the movie just ends. I'm like, I guess this will go into like what we thought about the movie. My opinion is like, I was by the ending when he's about to go open like to go check out the lights in the lighthouse. I was like, I like this movie. Would I recommend it to anybody? No. I would recommend it. Would I rewatch this movie? I don't think so. And that's just where it ends for me. But yeah, how do you guys feel about the ending and your overall thoughts about the movie?
I mean, one thing I was thinking about right now when we were talking about it is just kind of like maybe it's a metaphor for like chasing something that like maybe someone else has. And so maybe that's what that was all about. Like, you know, Willem Dafoe has these like glory moments with the lighthouse, but then all of a sudden, like, when Robert Pattinson's character finally gets up there, it's like it's just the light. And so maybe
that's why he's laughing.
Yeah, maybe that has something to do. Yeah, the grass is always greener until you get.
Yeah, like after all this bullshit, it's just a light.
It's just a light. Yeah.
What about you, Carlos?
I guess I think it's too much of the reality of things because like. He falls down some stairs in a lighthouse and then ends up outside getting eaten by seagulls. I'm like, okay, number one, is the lighthouse gone? It's like, was it there, never there in the first place? Yeah. You know, like, was that a thing? And then he was just, this was it the whole time. He's just like here getting punished for whatever. Yeah. Or, did he somehow end up outside without his clothes? And it's like, okay, like, but I think that's too literal of a thinking probably for this ending, like, especially what they're trying to show. But I mean the whole Prometheus kick-in was kind of interesting. The whole seagulls thing was interesting. Like just to go back, like I don't know. Like I always kind of thought like that seagull was like the assistant. Was like his soul come back. Soul, like he was talking about like souls come back into the seagulls. So I thought it was him, but I didn't know if like. But then it's either way of like, either it was trying to like warn him away by like you know like those things it was doing. Pestering him, like get the hell out of here. Or it was jealous of him like doing his chores, like like the stuff he
like
used
his
to
replacement.
do. Right, kind of thing. So
you came up with these theories on your own?
Huh?
You came up with these theories on your own?
It's just what I thought of.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
like when I saw it yesterday. Yeah,
because I read a little bit and I told myself to stop so I could actually have like my own theories. And you're kind of close with that because some people are sleuths, or I guess they've seen this movie a million times. They noticed like the seagull is also missing one eye, just like the guy.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, the guy that he found is also missing an eye. So it could be, and they also said, remember, Defoe's character said like those seagulls are like souls of people,
yeah, exactly,
and stuff
that's
like that.
Made me think of it.
And it could, like, you might be right, there might be something to it, like maybe the reasoning we don't know, but there is a good chance that's just the guy reborn. I guess with him killing that seagull, pissed off all the other spirits, and that's why they attacked him at the end.
Right.
But yeah, like after the movie, I just can't. I did a little bit of research about like just theories because I had no idea what the fuck I just watched, And some theories I saw, I guess people were trying to say like, remember when he was painting, and he fell, and when he woke up, he was perfectly fine, and it was just a seagull kind of, pestering him. Some people think he died when he fell because I guess at the ending when the seagulls are like picking at him, eating him. You see like the paints, like there's some paints left on his face. I guess they think it's the paint from that scene.
Oh, I thought that was bird shit.
Oh, I thought that was blood.
It was.
Yeah,
he did get shit on because as soon as it comes to the scene, like you see a pigeon shit on him, like
okay,
on his
maybe
chest.
Okay,
I don't know. Like I don't know if that's what they meant.
Yeah, maybe
because I didn't really know. I mean, to be honest, I was concentrating a little bit too much probably on Rotten Pattinson's like legs in that scene. Like they were quite nice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Okay,
Thank you. That's a wrap.
Okay. The whole imagery was yeah, it was interesting to look at. But any theories that you got from this movie?
Any theories? I mean, no, not really. Other than like it being a metaphor for like chasing shit. It could very well be because I mean, like the ship never comes, right?
Yeah, it never came.
So.
And I wonder, was it even though Defoe acted like it just missed, it didn't come because of the winds and stuff. Like, was it really supposed to come, Since the last guy went insane too, is that the same thing that happened to the last guy? Maybe they promised him, like, yo, you'll leave in a couple of weeks, then...
Right, and then it's, like, always a couple of weeks, and we never get a real sense of time here.
Yeah,
because, like, Pattinson's feeling one way, and then Defoe's, like, saying it's different. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Whatever, and, like, it's like, wait, what? How long has it been? Where are we? Like,
every once in a while they're saying dialogue, like, oh, it's 2 weeks now. I think we should know each other's name or some shit, or that they give cues. But after, like, after the ship didn't come when it was supposed to, we lose all sense of time, really.
Goes out the window.
Yeah, so...
Which I guess is what they would be feeling if they weren't keeping track of the days. Because they started getting so drunk that, like, it would be impossible to keep track of, like...
Yeah.
Unless he was, like, writing it down in the book. But,
which is most likely?
I think we just lost the camera.
Oh, okay. We can just keep going audio-wise. Right?
Oh, yeah. We'll just keep going audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you were saying, you lose sense of time, drinking that much and stuff?
Yeah. Like, as much as they were shown drinking, if they really were drinking that much, which I thought was weird in the first place, because at the very beginning of the movie, he's talking about, like, he doesn't want to drink or whatever, and then just goes, like, full-blown alcoholic by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like that's another thing they really wanted to push, like, alcoholism. And, so... I wonder if that ties into him maybe killing,
or even like the trouble he had before.
Yeah, the trouble he had before. Yeah,
that made it so hard for him to find jobs. Maybe he drank too much.
Yeah,
into like fights and like. I can totally see that.
He was definitely defensive when they asked him about his background and stuff.
He
seemed very defensive about his background, so he's definitely hiding something.
Oh yeah. I mean, he even says that like Thomas. Which I don't remember his last name. Thomas, whatever, could never, find good work. So I had to become, Ephraim Wilson, so I could find respectable work.
I wonder if
because like Thomas would never be able to
because of maybe what he did in his past. Yeah. So, yeah, so it's overall thoughts. in the movie?
I thought it was an okay movie. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 seagulls.
Okay. What about you, Carlos? Would you watch it again?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I would not watch it of my free will
again.
I did see more the second time and understand a little bit more about it the second time. Was it worse that second watch? Not really.
Okay.
So probably for me 4 out of 10.
4, damn! Oh man. Yeah, I'll give it 7. Even though I kind of liked the movie the first time through, the reason I give it a 7 is because, to me, it's not rewatchable. The pacing is kind of on the slow side, and it doesn't really rank up to the point you have to watch it again because it's going to eventually rank up. So, it's just, the pacing is more slow, and I've seen it once, and it's not a bad movie to me. I just don't see myself rewatching it. I'd rather just read the theories, and whatever they come up with, I'll be like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it again to try to figure out where they, where it could tie in and stuff like that. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But, Willem Dafoe, I think they both did really good acting. I think Willem Dafoe, I'm surprised he didn't get nominated for an Oscar because he was acting his ass off in that whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the accent was good. He was just chewing, and the monologuing he was doing,
My gosh, the monologue.
Yeah.
That toast that he did those first few days, I was like, you better not again. I would have dumped the thing in his face.
Oh, what toast?
So annoying. That long toast about I don't even remember.
Oh, okay.
If the ocean our graves.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of other stuff, and it's just what? No, not again.
Would you? I guess we already talked about the type of movie. It's definitely not a horror movie, right? Some people, I don't think of it as a horror movie.
I mean, it's not very scary.
Yeah, it's not. It might have some imagery or the slow pacing supposed to make it horror, but there's not a lot of. It's not really like you said, it's not really scary. It's just more dreadful than anything, and kind of a thriller, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thriller with the thrills not being so.
Yeah, it's just it's more build up with no payoff really.
Yeah.
So another theory actually I guess I saw too was somebody was saying it has to do with heaven and hell. I guess
I was thinking
heaven.
that too.
Yeah.
Maybe they are stuck in either a hell or a purgatory. Yeah.
Those two souls.
Yeah.
And they were saying the light's supposed to be heaven, but because of all the stuff he's done, he gets banished from heaven and has to fall the way down. But I don't know how that theory works because when Dafoe goes there almost every night,
Right.
So
basking in it and then leaves again.
So it's I don't know how that theory goes in, and I wonder too, is it they definitely did this on purpose, but at the end of the day, is it just supposed to be a guy just going crazy? Is it just that simple of this guy came there, he hasn't eaten in days, sexually deprived, he's running from something, and throughout he just gets more paranoid, and he just goes nuts. And like you guys said, he already seemed kind of mentally unstable coming in. So
yeah. I mean, because one of the first nights is when he sees the logs in the water or whatever, and that mermaid.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's not sane.
Yeah, it's true. And what happens after he goes into the water to go see the mermaid? It just cuts to the next morning, right?
Yeah.
And there's water dripping on his face.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost as if that never happened.
Yeah, he just dreamt it maybe.
Yeah. So it's definitely an interesting movie.
I don't know. I found a lot of it. It doesn't really have to do with much, but I just find it weird because there was so much for him to do right away that I found it weird. Because just knowing a little bit about, because I did watch this other movie called The Lighthouse that was in 2018. It was more real, but it's also bad. So they do these things in there's 2-man teams, but they do month shifts, right? So why was everything so bad when they got there? The cistern was disgusting. you know, like all this stuff needed to be cleaned. The shingles need to be fixed. Like there was like all this work, but it's like if 2 people had been there, why was all this needing to be done?
Yeah,
it just didn't make sense to me. Like I was like, because somebody must have been there. Because then he acts like, because Willem Dafoe almost acts like he's always been there.
Yeah,
but they came in, like so.
Oh, he came.
Somebody else must have been there before. So because then somebody has to attend the lighthouse. So it made no sense to me.
So what, Defoe Cactus came in too?
Yeah, they both came in at the same time off the boat, right? At the beginning.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Oh.
Yeah, like in the beginning, they both came off the boat to the island. So like somebody must have been there.
Unless he went to go pick him up. Because he was talking about the other guy.
You can't leave it though.
Yeah, I mean the way he makes the lighthouse seems so important because he's
talking about, yeah, for that, and then like you can't leave it because it'll go out. Okay, and then people will crash.
Yeah, that's true. Because he was talking about the other guy. He was saying how the other guy went crazy too.
Right.
So he had to had been there.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe on his last rotation.
What do you mean?
Right. Because like somebody else was there. Yeah. But I just don't see him being away from
So did he personally see that guy go crazy, or did he hear stories about that guy going crazy too?
Well, he would have been there because it would have been during his rotation.
That's why he's a new guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm saying Defoe's guy.
Yeah, I think because I think the teams are like, it's 2 people together, and they're always together, and when it's their time, they're always together.
Okay.
So then when he lost the assistant, he needed a new guy.
Yeah,
so that's why Pattinson came in.
Man, you gotta really like that other guy, dude. Like,
what do you mean?
Being stuck with just one other person for like a month.
Yeah, I mean, it shows.
Right, with nothing else.
Yeah, it's.
So I found that weird. I don't know. Because it seemed like he had been there the whole time. Like the way he talks, it's like he's been there the whole time, but he came on the boat with him. So he was off the island.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just weird to me. Like I don't know. I didn't understand it.
Does that mean that was Defoe's character real the whole time too, or a figment of his imagination?
Or maybe some of the time he was real and some of the time it was just the imagination, and that would explain a lot of like him saying, "Oh, this just happened," when we saw it a different way.
Yeah. And it also goes to like that whole weird thing of like, why do you spill your beans? Like because he was like revealing himself to him. Then when he's done, because they were like talking right next to each other. Then when he's done revealing himself, the guy wasn't there at all. You know. So it's like, was he really there? You know. I don't know. It's a strange. Yeah, I'm gonna read more about it. I don't feel like watching it again, but I'm definitely gonna read more about the movie and see. But yeah, any lasting thoughts about the movie? Do you any other thoughts you want to give?
Not really. I think I'm pretty much done on it.
Okay. Yeah. You got all you need out of it, Carlos? Okay.
I feel much better. Sorry, I'm relieved.
Sorry, I have to make you watch it twice.
But, yeah. Getting to talk about it helps. Get it all out.
I guess the movie, I think, was nominated for cinematography.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess the look of the movie looked nice. You know,
there were some really good shots, and they did, like, doing the black and white thing is different, you know, because everyone's trying to, like, you know, how high definition can we get things?
Yeah.
And how much color can we bring out and stuff for a film to just kind of like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Just do black and white, and we're going to do 4x3.
Yeah, super old school.
Yeah.
What is it the director's done? Didn't he do the Witch too?
Yeah, he did the Witch was amazing.
Oh, The Witch was a great movie.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll check that one out next then. So that has more of a payoff than this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I heard because that's just a slow burn.
But it's good. Okay. It goes somewhere. And it's scary.
Okay.
Scared me at least.
Yeah, I'll check that one out
no.
Then. So do you guys like, with this 2 movies he's done, do you guys like his, even though this might be like on the bad side for you guys, or no, you know, less enthusiastic, but do you guys like his directing style, or his like the way he films stuff, or
I like the shots that come out of it.
Okay.
I'd say. And I think The Witch was a really good story.
Okay.
Which is like it when you're a director and you're given a story, like your job is to like make that story come to life in a way that like really works and shines. And so if you're given a story that's kind of hard to follow anyway, like visually you're going to create something that's a little difficult to follow, but that's not necessarily the director's fault.
Apparently, this was supposed to be based on a Edgar Allan Poe book, but then I think he just decided to just abandon that and do his own thing. But I do see where the Edgar Allan Poe stuff, like elements do come into it somewhat, with the whole sense of dread, and you might be, like the guilt might make you do some shit. But so but yeah, so like you guys, if he does another movie, would you guys be excited to see it, or
I'd be down,
or for you it's kind of iffy right
now?
I would not excited, but would you watch it though?
I would probably watch it.
Okay, just out of curiosity,
because I definitely like The Witch. It was a very good movie, because in that they're a bit similar, because like it does do like the slow and then the not a lot of dialogue, and like you're just kind of trying to infer things, but like there was a story and something happened, and like it was whoa, where in The Lighthouse that wasn't there, because in the end, because like if the woe thing's the light, there was nothing shown. If the woe thing is him killing the other guy, I wanted him dead from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was fine with it. Like, I was like, okay, kill him. I'm alright.
Okay.
Like, because that guy is a dick.
Anyway,
so,
he was very mean.
He was just like...
the whole, like, swab dog.
Right?
Like, I think maybe that's why at the ending he treated him like a dog.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And, and then it's also the element of, like, him and whatever the deal was with his father.
Yeah, because
he does talk about him quite a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not quite a bit, but, like, he does mention him a few times.
Yeah.
And he's like, there was something there.
Yeah.
Something happened.
I think that is also something I like talking about how they're friends and almost lovers and enemies. That's something I feel like he wanted. He was viewing him as a father figure too, to the point that he got really mad when he didn't get his approval. Because he thought like, okay, they're actually becoming friends, and he saw those bad reviews. Like,
right,
oh, damn, I should get rejected, Yeah, like a guy that maybe at this point it's time to see like a little bit as a father figure, or just wants his approval.
Right.
Yeah,
which is I think a very big part of the movie. Didn't touch on, but like him finding that the journal thing or whatever like was a big thing. Yeah.
What do you think, like, somebody who comes to that lighthouse, like for the next shift, when they come in and see those two, like, what the fuck happened here, man?
Dude. Yeah, is the guy in the hole?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and then the other guy, is he just like at the bottom of the lighthouse?
Just out there.
Because is it like, was it in like his last throes of death? Was he just imagining himself being punished like this? Like, like that's where his mind went, and like he's getting eaten by seagulls, but it's like just in his mind.
Yeah.
Like, and it's him just like dying on the bottom of this lighthouse.
It's definitely interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that come from it, but.
A lot.
Yeah.
Not many answers.
Yeah, not a lot of answers. and I know a lot of people create their own theories and stuff like that, which is, I guess, the movie have its own legacy with theories, and people come up with their own stuff. Yeah, so. Yeah, so is that it with this film?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Carlos. You seem like
thanks
you're
for inviting me.
Yeah. And the fact that you came up with those theories on your own, that's actually really cool. Because those are the ones I read online, so it's like,
okay.
Yeah, you were definitely paying attention. Well, God did not like this movie.
The second time, I definitely paid a little bit more attention. I was like, okay, I understand this a bit more. Do I like it more? No.
Yeah.
But I do understand a bit more, I think, of this movie.
There's any other movie you feel passionate about, you could you could always come back, do this whole thing.
Right.
Next time, hopefully, the video doesn't.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh yeah, no, like the way you reacted when I brought that movie up, I was like, we need to have this recorded, and I'm glad we did.
You know what? Maybe it was the 4K the whole time. Maybe if we bump it down to 1080, the camera will.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go all the way through.
That's fine. We'll figure it out. We're still learning.
Yeah.
But
wherever this ends up, hit that like and subscribe. And notification bell, and hit us up on Zanga.
Yeah.
No, we don't have Zanga.
On MySpace.
I probably still have a MySpace out there somewhere.
Yeah, somebody. It's too real to me, damn it. But yeah, that is all, and we'll see you guys next time.